HD, welcome to the physics class, children. In the last class, we discussed about an activity. The last topic that we were discussing was about an activity related to the mass of the object and how it affects the friction. So that is what we discussed. Now, in today's class, we're going to start with a new topic that is types of friction. So all of you just listen very carefully so that you understand the things well. There are three types of friction. Please open your books to page number 150. Open your books to page number 150. We'll be doing new heading, and that is types of friction. Now, as you know that friction is the force that opposes the motion of an object, we'll be discussing in detail about the types of the friction. Now, first of all, just to inform me, is the board clear to you? Are you able to see it properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Just wait. Yes. Now, types of friction. Now, as already discussed, I have told you that friction is a force that is going to oppose the motion of an object. When we discuss about the types of friction, the first one that is the static friction. Now, as you know, in the last class, I also explained to you the meaning of the term static. Static means, now always have a pencil in your hand. As soon as I tell, quickly write down the meaning so that the actual logic behind it is half of it is clear to you. Static means something which is stationary, which is not moving. With the help of the example of electrostatic force, I told you that electrostatic force is a force where also the charge can be seen. When we studied about the force, we talked about the charged bodies, but there the charge was not in motion. And since the charge is not motion, the electricity is static. Static. So electrostatics. And when here we see the charge is moving, that helps you to move the fan, to switch on the light, whatever appliances which are based on the electricity. So static means stationary. That means not moving. Now, what happens when any object which is kept somewhere and it is not moving? Not moving means that it is at rest. So on such object, the force of friction that is acting is called the static friction. That means we also can say that static friction occurs due to the stationary position or the rest position of an object. And to make it move, to change the position, we need to overcome that force of friction. So such type of friction which is occurring because an object is stationary, like here you have a chair. Now this chair is at rest. It is not moving. So we see that if I have to move it, what I have to do? I have to apply pressure. I have to apply force. And if I apply very little force, like right now I'm not able, I'll just tilt it if you're able to see. Yes, just see. If I'm applying little force, I'm not able to move it. So how much force has to be applied to move this is what is going to overcome the force of friction, which is not letting it move. It is not moving because it is at rest position. To make it move, I have to apply the amount of force which is going to overcome the static friction. Now this is how I am able to move it. So this force that is applied so as I can move it, that is the force needed to move it. And the force due to which it was not moving was the static friction. Generally you see the objects, the heavy objects at your home like the almirah, the sofas, tables, dining tables, almirahs, yes, and then your other items which are heavy, they are there and it is very difficult to move them. Many of the time when the shifting is done, you need to call so many people, laborers, etc. to move them because they are heavy. It is just because the force of friction due to stationary position is much more and more force is required to overcome it so as to move it. Any problem till here, please inform.
no, ma'am.
What about others? I want response from everyone. Any problem?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Now, Okay, fine. Now, so this is supposing we have taken this object, okay, and this is the surface. This was the object, and this is the surface. As I have told you that the irregularities are always present, so here also irregularities are there, and here also. So now, since it is stationary, it is not moving. We see that static friction can be seen, or this is the first kind of friction, which is static friction. Now we talk about the second one, that is sliding. Now children, here in the second case we are seeing something different. That when we are moving something on the surface, fine. Now I just one more minute. I just forgot to tell one thing. Now see, the reason behind this is that it gets sufficient time to form the interlocking, and इतने अच्छे से interlocking बन गई है that it is more. Friction is more, and we have to apply more force to overcome the friction. Now, in the second case, when we talk about the sliding, there we see that since the object, one object is moving on the other, like same case, same example, now here this object has to move, it has to slide on it. When you are sliding it, or when something is sliding on its own, on a surface, we see that when it is moving, movie कर रहा है, तो how is it going to get sufficient time to form the interlocking? But the interlocking in comparison to this case, first case. So we see that when it is sliding, or when you are sliding something, it is much more easier to move that in comparison to the first case. Yes, when you are sliding something on the surface, it is easier. Why? Because here the level of the interlocking formation is not as we see in the first case. So that is why when you slide something, it is easier. Like you see in case of these bags, there are some bags, and then you just hold the handle, you slide it, it is easy. Same way, if the heavy object is there, like supposing your sacks, etc., which contain some material, and you have to shift it. So just to pick it and move it, it's a problem. But to slide it, to push it, that is easier in comparison to the first case. So sliding friction, कौन सा ज़्यादा है? Sliding या static? कौन सा friction ज़्यादा है?
Mom is static.
Static. Yes, correct. So the first case you see that you have to apply more force. Yes, and in the second case you have to apply less force. Then moving on to the third one, the third category where rolling. Now rolling, as you know, rolling when we talk about, that means we are talking about the rollers. पहिए लगे होते हैं. Just imagine an almirah is there, and nowadays so many furnitures, they are available with the rollers. Though you are suggested to remove them when you have to keep them stationary, like bed. Of course, you have to keep it stationary. If you sleep on the bed with the rollers, it will keep moving. So that is going to give you discomfort. So rollers are there. Now imagine the same object with the case where rollers are provided. These rollers, now since the area of contact is only this much, देखिए पहले वाले में इतना पूरा था, proper time was there. Second, the area was same, but since it was getting slide, so the area of contact was less. In third case, the surface remains the same, but now the object is in contact with the surface only with these rollers. बाकी तो ऊपर हो गया ना, rollers नीचे लगे. So the area of contact is less. When it is less, of course, the friction will also be very, very less. So in rollers, it just has to move on the rollers, and you have to apply very, very less force in comparison to the first case, then to the second case, and then to the third case. So in third case, we see, now again the same example. Bag was there, you attach some roller to it, like a trolley bag is there. The trolley bags with roller, very easy. You just hold the handle and you can easily slide off. आप आराम से टहलते हुए चले जाएंगे. कोई आपको मेहनत नहीं करनी. Why? Because the area in contact with the surface is very, very less. अब rollers भी, if you see the roller, maybe the area of the roller is this much. All of you just listen carefully, children. Important. But again, the area which is in contact with the surface is only this much. Yes? So of course the friction will be very, very less, and we actually see this when we see the practical applications. Let's talk about the examples one by one, which is going to make you understand it more clearly. Just see, in the first case you see on page number 150, you see the static friction where a person is trying to move the barrel. He's trying to move the barrel, uthake. So in that case, the effort or the force required to overcome the friction will be
More.
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 And in the second case, the person is trying to slide it. The person is not trying to lift it up, but the person is trying to slide it, to move it along with the surface. That is what sliding means. So here the friction will be little less in comparison to the first case. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Somebody wants to say something? This child, who is it? Tanvi, you want to say something, beta?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now the third case, just see the same barrel. What the person is doing? Simply rolling it. थोड़ा सा आपने हल्का सा push किया and it keeps rolling. आगे आके फिर थोड़ा सा धक्का लगा दिया, it keeps rolling. Just see the same object, but the ways are different. Where the force of friction is acting in different way. That there only we see three types. That is sliding, static, and rolling friction. And in all the three cases, the force that we have to overcome is different. And similarly, we see the ease in motion of the object. Fine. Now, fine. So this is about the types of friction. Now just have a look at the activity which is given, children. All of you just look at page number 151. It will be easier for you to understand with the help of, it is almost same actually what we have done. But then also you need to know. Just look at the book, page number 151. Yes. It says rolling friction is less than sliding friction. How does we come to know? In the first case, a plank is taken. Wooden plank. जो पटरा होता है लकड़ी का, I've already told you that is called wooden plank. Please write it down so that you know about this. Wooden plank is available in the laboratory also. Any piece of wood that is plain, okay, is called a plank. So here you used a wooden plank, and inclined plane, that means it is set at an angle. Now you see that a pin is taken. Yes, in the first case pin was there, and here in the second case wooden block was there. Now in which case do you see the motion is faster? Tell me.
Ma'am, rolling pin.
Ma'am, rolling pin.
Why? Who will
Ma'am,
tell me?
rolling.
Ma'am, because the friction is less.
Yes, because rolling friction is less. So whatever is rolling, in case of a pin, if it would have been a ball, then also the same thing. If it would have been some other cylindrical object like your pencil, वो भी roll करती. So rolling will be less in comparison to the box, which cannot be rolled because of its surface. Is this much clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Any confusion?
Yes, ma'am.
Any problem?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, ma'am.
Now next we proceed, children, with the fluid friction. Now, very important things are there. 3-4 important things are there which you need to keep in mind and you need to understand. When we talk about fluid, that means what do we mean by fluids? Anyone? When we talk about the fluid, what do we mean? जब डॉक्टर आपको बोलते हैं कि तबीयत ठीक नहीं, ज्यादा से ज्यादा फ्लूइड लीजिए, क्या कहते हैं वो? क्या मतलब होता है इसका?
Ma'am, water.
Not only water.
Ma'am, liquid.
Ma'am, liquid.
Liquids basically. But अब यहीं पर आपको being physics student कुछ समझना है. When we say fluid, that doesn't mean that we are only in physics language. It doesn't mean that we are only talking about the liquids. Fluids means we are also talking about the gases, something which can flow, which can float. So we see air around us, it can flow. Similarly, the water also flows, all the liquids. So we mean by fluids that we are talking about the liquids as well as we are talking about the gases. First thing, fluid का मतलब ये होता है. Second, now why we are talking about the fluids? Fluids का क्या मतलब है? Friction से बिल्कुल मतलब है. When we see we are living on the land. So basically we were talking about the surface. All the time I was telling you whether you are moving on a tight surface, on road, or you're moving on the bricks, or you're moving on the soil or ground. But it's not only us. Animals are also there. Many animals, they live in water. Yes or no? What are they called, by the way? Animals living in water, 8D. Come on. Animals that live in water are called what?
Aquatic animals.
My God, it took so much of time. Even a class 3 student will tell. Okay, now first tell me, what about the animals that live on land?
Terrestrial animals.
Thank you. And what are the ones that can live on land and in water?
Amphibians.
Very good that I am not your biology teacher. Good. I don't teach biology in your section. Okay, fine. So that was another thing. We were talking about the water animals. Now see, these water animals, children listen very carefully, when they move in water, this water or any liquid, that also offers friction. उसमें भी force of friction होता है जो इनके movement को oppose करता है. If they are moving this way, force of friction is going to act this way, and that is why the motion is a little difficult. So as to overcome, like we also have certain ways कि ऐसा कर ले तो friction कम हो जाएगा. In their case also, in the aquatic animals, they also have certain features that lessen or lowers the fluid friction. Then, as I said, we talk about the gases also. The animals that generally spend their time flying in the air, they also are opposed. Their motion is also opposed because of the friction that is offered by the air, like the birds basically. So, because of that, we are studying about the fluid friction. Now, here only there is a word. There are two terms that you need to keep in mind. पहली चीज तो आपको बता दी, fluid में gas और liquids दोनों included है. Second thing is that when we are talking about the fluid friction, it is called drag. Generally, आपने सुना होगा एक बहुत common term है. Teachers, when you are moving from the assembly, you are moving towards your classes. पैर घिसा के चलते हैं. So what do the teachers say? Do not drag your feet. So drag is also, it basically refers to the friction that is produced by the liquid and the gases. It is also called viscosity. अब ध्यान दीजिएगा viscosity word पे, because I'll be asking questions related to this. Now, like you have taken water in a glass, simple water, and here you have taken solution of water and sugar. Which one is thick? Which one do you think is thick? कौन सी चीज गाढ़ी होगी? Yes.
Please repeat the options.
Ma'am, the
Yes. Waiting for your answer quickly. अरे
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
please
the
repeat
sugar.
options.
water, simple water, and you have taken a mixture of sugar and water. Which one will be thick?
ma'am, water with sugar.
Water with sugar.
Sugar and water will be thick. Now the third case, all of you just look. This is important for you to understand. Now the third case, the liquid that we have taken is honey. Now tell me, सबसे ज़्यादा thick कौन सा है? First, second, third.
Ma'am, honey. Third one.
Honey.
And third
Third
one.
one.
Yes, third one. Honey is the thickest. Now just see. Now, if any, supposing housefly is there. If housefly falls in this, it can move. धीरे 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 until unless it get drowned. धीरे धीरे करके निकल आएगा. In this, the motion will be difficult. But in this case, the motion will be very, very difficult. So we say the thicker the liquid is, more is its viscosity. And these type of objects, these type of liquids, they are thick. That means they are more viscous and they offer more friction. When more friction is there, of course, the movement or the motion becomes difficult. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine.
Yeah.
Now, just see. What about other liquids? Just give some examples of other liquid of the same thing that are going to offer more friction. Like honey, I have told. What about the other? Paint?
Jam.
Huh?
Jam.
हाँ ठीक है jam. हाँ ठीक है चलो jam, but it's like semi-solid. It's not a liquid. But चलो ठीक है. Okay. हाँ फिर squashes? Yes. Paint? Fevicol? They are thick liquids. Latex from the plant. So these are more viscous. So why I was telling you, so that the meaning of the term viscosity is clear, because many of the time children study the whole thing and they don't even know what is the meaning. So viscosity, now you understand how thick or how dense the liquid is. Now, ये तो बात हो गई. Now, what we have to do or what the animals should do to overcome this? क्या करना चाहिए उनको? See, the first thing that you've already studied in your class 7, that they have streamlined shape. Yes, boat-shaped body. The body of the fish, body of other aquatic animals, generally they are streamlined. How streamlined? Just look at my hand, the position of my hand. From the front, this is the front position, okay? Now from the front they are pointed, in center they are broad, and from the end they are bifurcated. Bifurcated means divided into two. Again, look. From the front they are pointed. From center they are broad. And at the end you can see the body is bifurcated. Bifurcated means divided into two. बताइए जरा इस तरीके का कौन सा मीन्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट आपने देखा है जैसा शेप मैंने बताया?
एरोप्लेन.
थैंक यू सो मच, वेरी गुड. ऐसा पानी में आपने क्या देखा है मीन्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट?
Ma'am, boat and
बोट देखी है, शिप देखी है. Thank you so much, AD. You've become all of a sudden very intelligent. So this type of shape is called streamlined shape. The shape that I have told you, that from the front it is pointed, in the center it is a little broader, and at the end it may or may not be. Like, and what about the animal? What about such animal? Fish to bata diya. In the air, have you seen? Have you observed the body of the birds? हाँ, तो same है. ऐसा ही होता है.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So now this is clear to you that yes, the body of these animals are streamlined, and it is streamlined so that it can cut the water current, and the other ones that are moving in air, they can cut the water current. The friction that is offered, it gets reduced, and this is how they can easily move. So they overcome the friction and then the movement is easy. Any problem till here? Quickly tell me.
No, ma'am.
no, ma'am.
Fine. Okay. Next we have advantages and disadvantages of friction. Okay. So we'll be talking about advantages and disadvantages, children. Before I proceed, I would like to tell you one thing. Whenever any question, all of you listen carefully. Whenever any question, direct question is there, that what do you think? Friction is good for us or friction is bad for us? If any question is asked in such a way that is friction good or bad, तो बहुत जल्दी excited होके बता नहीं देंगे कि हाँ नहीं बहुत अच्छा होता है या बहुत खराब होता है. No, you do not have to give a direct answer. You have to mold your answer a little bit. You cannot say straight away that it is very good. You cannot say that it is very bad. Since it is good at some places but bad at some places, so you give a mixture of the answer which says that it is good in some cases, but bad in some cases. So this is what the homework is also related to. You have to write few lines. I've given in the other section also. You have to write few lines about, see, we have discussed so much about friction. Huh? So you have to write few lines about friction is a necessary evil. Write down. With the pencil, write down. This is the topic. Friction is a necessary evil. With the pencil, just write down there only where the heading advantages and disadvantages of friction is given. Friction is a necessary evil. Why? So you have to explain why. Necessary evil. जब evil है तो necessary क्यों है भाई? That is what we have to explain in a paragraph form. You can write, or you can write point wise. You will be reading out the answer in the later classes when we discuss it. So this is your homework. This is very important. If you are able to write, that means half of the chapter is clear to you. And let me tell you, nobody is going to take the help of Google. Your mind is a bigger Google if you have learned something. आपने कुछ सीखा है, obviously बात जो नहीं सीखा वो नहीं कर पाएंगे, but जो सीखा है वो अपने आप लिख सकते हैं. So do not take the help from Google. I will come to know and I'll stop you there and then. So better use your own brain to write few lines about why it is good and why it is bad. And when you will start the answer, you will start in the same way. That we cannot directly say, I mean in your language, you write, you can change the words, that we cannot directly say that it is good or bad. Yes, so this is your homework. Okay, next we'll talk about the advantages and disadvantages. As we know that friction is very, very important, and at the same time it destroys some of the object. It gives problem in the day-to-day life. Because of the friction there are many problems. So that is why we have advantages and we also have disadvantages. Now since children the time is up, I don't think we'll be able to cover it up. So we'll just do this activity. Come to page number 152, we'll read about it, and later we'll be doing in this these advantages and disadvantages. See, it's nothing, it's just a simple stand is there. This, if we meet in the school, then I'll be showing it to you. So we have a stand. Clamp means जो जिससे पकड़ते हैं, that is the clamp. So clamp is there, and इसमें एक burette, like you must have seen a test tube. अभी तक तो देखा होगा आपने. Test tube is a glass tube which is made of glass. It is transparent and it is used in the laboratory for different reasons. So same way you have a longer tube that is called a burette, and in this burette, what is filled? पहले हमने पानी भर दिया, जैसे मैंने अभी आपको example बताया. It is an activity related to drag. So you fill water and you just take any ball or any object and you put it. So it will go down. So you will see the time, how much time is taken for the ball to reach the bottom. Now in the second, so you'll note down that time. In the second case, again you will fill a different liquid. Now this time you will fill honey in this. Again just put the marble ball or any other thing, that's object that you like to put. Now just note down the time, how much time it is taking to go down. In both the cases, there will be a difference in the timing. Though the object is same, but because the liquid is different, so the time taken will be different. So this is how we come to, where do you think the time taken will be more? In honey or in water?
Ma'am, honey.
Ma'am, honey.
So this also proves that honey is more viscous in comparison to water. Fine, children. So this is how we have come to the end of today's class. In the next class, we'll be discussing about the advantages and disadvantages of friction. And your homework, I told you, you have to write few lines about the topic I've given, and you have to revise what has been told in the class today. Fine. So take care of yourselves till we meet again. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.